feel pretty, I'm so pretty, I feel pretty and pretty and gay. I remember the second season that One Voice was starting, and we were at our first rehearsal, and a woman I hadn't seen before sat next to me. And I looked at her and I said, "Hi, I'm Marnie," and she said, "I'm Barbara." And I said, "Are you partnered?" And she said, "Yes, I have a husband." And I said, "Oh." And at that moment, I thought we should probably call it One Voice Mixed Chorus and Barbara, but you know, I had no idea there were going to be more straight people coming. But that, you know, that's another story.
So in 1996, Scott and I were at Pride, and as we were walking around, we came to the One Voice booth, and said, these just seem like such friendly people, and we said, "Hey, do you take straight people?" And Lizette said, "Well, I think we've had a few openly straight people before." Yeah. So we signed up to audition, and when we got the call, we said, "Well, you know we're straight, right?" We came and auditioned and said to Jane, "Well, you know we're straight, right?" And I think one of our concerns is that we didn't want to come into a space that people felt as their space, as a safe space for them. But I really felt right from the start that we were just so welcomed, so warmly welcomed into this group.
Hi, my name is Katrina, and I've been singing with the chorus for 12 years now. I should point out that when I started singing with the chorus, my name was Keith. Everything is flexible. The chorus was wonderfully accepting of me as being trans, and always has been. But I sing tenor, and at first it was kind of hard for me to get to know some of the other women in chorus. But it was on a tour when one of the altos made sure that I was invited to go to her room with the other women and just enjoy their company and to get to know all the other women in the chorus. And that was really the first time that I really felt like one of the women in the chorus.
I am Marisa, and I am One Voice. One of the things that I really love about One Voice is that we are such a mix of people. Gay people, straight people, transgender people, spouses of transgender people, kids whose parents are straight, kids whose parents are gay. One Voice is really a family in the very best sense of the word.
I am Liz, and I am One Voice. But I was with the chorus for about 3 years, and this gentleman that had been a wonderful friend of mine for 6 or 7 years, and I started sort of getting romantic again, and I got really confused by that. And in the privacy of my heart, I decided, you know what, if I've found my partner, that needs to be okay, whoever he turns out to be. So I went to rehearsal, and I said, "You guys, I'm engaged." And they said, "Yay!" And I said, "To a man." And there was silence for a beat, a short beat. And then the cheering resumed with the same amount of enthusiasm and the same amount of joy.
When I joined the chorus in the fall of 2006, I had only just come out as a lesbian 2 years prior to that. I spent 52 years denying who I was. And much of my journey in the years since then has been coming to terms with considering myself two-spirit, co-gendered, use whatever term. And to do that so authentically and personally and have this community embrace that has been life-changing for me.